let it go. Okay.
I guess I've been listening to all of this and listening to the various issues. The things that I think we should be taking some action on, and we'll have to instruct our administration to begin to take some of these steps and come back to us and report, is the chief has outlined his plan. I think it's a good plan. He's looking for some resources to get his offices trained. We should ask our CPC and town engineer to, and maybe our safety officer to look into weight restriction rules. I think we should pay for a vehicle count of both vehicles and trucks so that we know whether or not we have a case to pursue a restriction in a time frame. I think we should, ask the CPC to take a look at the various intersections and alternate routes that might be available, just so we have all this information at hand. I think it would behoove us to have a discussion with the post office, formal, maybe a letter from the board. With respect to Heffron and Benevento, the way I look at it is the cement trucks are under their control, and therefore we should have a discussion with them. People picking up aggregate and blacktop, in general, are all kinds of contractors from everywhere, so chasing them down is going to be difficult. Right? I mean, the onus is more on the people picking it up. But, I think we should get the word out on at least those two, the post office and the cement trucks, because those are their own trucks. Right? And any other trucks that belong to those corporations that are going through, and we'll send a letter out and, raise our concern about what's going on there. Let's put kind of a time frame on consolidating this information and, construct a plan. Because right now I think, we got a bunch of ideas, we've got a bunch of concerns, and we need some additional information to put together a plan.
If I may?
To deal with the issue. I think it's important that this is dealt with. I frankly did not realize the extent of the issue.
Did I? Nope.
And I will make it a point to spend a little time down in that area for my own education. Yes, Mr. Yule.
Just something on behalf of Monahans who could be impacted by this action. I'd like us to keep that into consideration. I don't know how many trucks go in and out of Monahans. I would assume it's, with what we're talking about, is not the big number of the whole of the total. So there might be, how you can't go down this street unless you live there, those types of things. Well, we might be able to make an exception for Monahans. It's something, in that issue, because now you're talking, instead of 40 trucks, you're talking 3 trucks.
They're not our issue.
I didn't think so. Yeah, but
And Moynihan is here because of this discussion, and I personally called and asked that someone from Moynihan be here.
The other.
Company's great. That's why we're actually looking for the 7 to 7 first, because he doesn't open until 7.
No, I asked them to come here not because there was a complaint filed against them. In fact, what I had heard was they were not the issue. I asked them to come here because, they have trucks and we're having a discussion on what to do with the road, and they may have some ideas too.
I was curious. I wanted to ask the chief, this study that you did on the 16th, if you what do you call that, averaged it out, would we, thank you, would we meet that 5 to 8% that the state requires?
I don't know if I can answer.
You got a sample of one
too
day,
small.
Jack.
No, I understand
What are
that,
you
but I mean, if
counting all
you
the
extract,
cars?
yeah, that's what I mean. It seems to me a huge number. That's why I asked that.
Well, you may not like the answer when you look at it, so
Yeah.
that's why I think it's just too small of a number to analyze it.
No, I understand that.
Yes, Mr.
In the petition and what I've heard tonight, some of you were asking for a 12-hour exclusion. I'm not clear as to what 12-hour time period you're looking for the
7
exclusion.
PM to 7 AM.
7, yeah. Right. 8 to
7
8.
PM to 7 AM?
Yeah.
See, now that's,
But I'm still concerned about the kids during the day and the safety.
Right.
Well, that's why I
Yeah,
asked,
right.
because I was
Yeah.
confused as to whether or not it
well,
was.
that's why I had,
To answer your question, I think it's, you know, you've got a small smattering of who actually could get time off tonight to come discuss it with you. But out of the whole group, we're not unified. We just know it's a big problem. There's a lot of different issues that bother all of us, from the noise to the smell to the danger to everything that goes into this what we've discussed. So are we all in agreement in exactly how it should be solved? No, but we're all in agreement
something
that
has
it's
to
a
be done.
problem, and it's the trucks.
Well-
And I think what Nate has gotten is you to see that this community all agrees that there's trucks and they're a problem. Some believe that safety is the biggest issue, some believe that the noise is the biggest issue, some believe that the health is the biggest issue. You know, for Moynihan, the reason he's here is because somebody like me is gonna stand up and say, close off New Street, and he's not here, and suddenly we say, yeah, let's do it, and now his whole business is
Yeah,
impacted.
Understood.
Mhm.
For him to maybe find out for us at the same time is, what would it take for Moynihan, what would it cost to his business if they did have to come up 28 or come up 93 as opposed to coming up Haverhill Street to make that turn in front of Ryers to swing around as opposed to be able to make that turn. Him bringing that to the table and saying, geez, this isn't the cost of my business and this is what it is, it will be helpful, but at the same time, our goal is not to eliminate Moynihan, it's to eliminate
Understood.
everybody else that's using that as a pass-through. And a note to aggregate or to any of the others, that's like, you know, saying, hey, could you please possibly do it someplace else? No, and they'll still ignore us.
To that issue, well, I guess in terms of exclusion issue, we need to know what time period in order to do the study
24
properly.
hours.
Okay.
If the state says you can't do 24 hours and we have to drop back to 7 to 7, great, but we want an exclusion, 24 hours, just like this street has.
Mike?
The state will consider a 24-hour
Okay.
exclusion.
All right.
The petition notes at 12.
Right, that's what I was picking up on and what I was heard tonight. So I don't have a problem going for a 24-hour exclusion, but we got Monahan we have to consider too, sitting over here, who's a good neighbor.
Sir, Rita Mullen.
Mullen, 163 Chestnut Street, 36 years, one Chestnut Street, 36 years. I have a suggestion. If the state did such a good job in that short period of time, could the selectmen tonight authorize the police in the next 2 weeks, a little bit extra overtime, and let them sit there in the morning, pay attention to it, and if you find that it's just what you said, we're gonna call the UPS, they're gonna call whoever the people out of the breaking the law, go after them, because to be honest with you, if you try closing Chestnut Street, on New Street, you're gonna do like, just like you had when the gentleman didn't want the street open by the high school. And then somebody on Little Street's gonna say, well, they're coming my way, and somebody on Southwood Road's gonna say, they're coming my way. So you're just gonna keep moving the problem around. If you start tagging them, and then you know, the police department will make get the fines, the money goes back in, and you can afford to put the overtime back on to stop them from doing it. I know in Moynihan's, as soon as a truck driver ever gets any type of violation, you know, Mr. Moynihan makes sure they understand it's not gonna happen again, and it doesn't. The manager makes sure it's not gonna happen again, and it doesn't. So obviously, you've got other people in town that drive trucks, that they're not as serious about it as they should be. So if you start attacking them as possibly possible, then eventually you'll stop doing it.
The gentleman in the back that has his hand up.
I think I can speak for all the neighbors and say that our neighbors, our real neighbors in business include Moynihan Lumber, our fine service people at the DPW, and there's a Reading Light Annex with trucks that come in and out of our neighborhood. Those do not constitute through trucking. Those businesses have business, long-time businesses in our neighborhood. They're not the violators. So I think I can speak for everybody here and say, we don't have any issues with them. Do they present truck volume? Yes. Are they abusing our neighborhood? No. They're neighbors, and they've been there for a long time. And I you know, but it's really the through trucking. It's the postal annex, and it's the heavy industries on Route 62 in Wilmington. Aggregate industries should be added to that list. Heffron, Benevento, and there's a few asphalt plants over there. But it's really about through trucking when we talk about an exclusion, not about our neighbors.
Yes,
I know 4 or 5 police officers here, and they probably know better than me, but hearing Heffron, Benevento, aggregate all out on 62, you probably thought about this, but doing enforcement on 62 on Lowell Road. And maybe they get the hint that we don't want them over here, and they start going out to 93.
Majority of the violators were coming into North Reading from the other street.
Coming in, not heading out.
Has anyone noticed whether the flow is one way or the other, or is it balanced?
It's pretty balanced both ways.
Yeah, I feel like it's balanced.
Is balanced? Okay.
Coming and going.
Probably just time of day.
Seems when they're coming in, we call it inbound.
Yep.
They've been empty.
So they're,
Going outbound, they're carrying the loads. So that's the general consensus we've been finding.
okay.
And at nighttime, it's gas trucks, 40-foot gas trucks, tankers, because they can't go through Everett anymore, going down 93, they can't go over the bridge into Charlestown anymore. They have to come in through North Reading, down at 128,
Down one.
down
And
Route 1,
one.
and they have to go in the back way through Chelsea. They won't let them go over that bridge anymore because they're too heavy. They're too heavy for that bridge, too heavy for our bridge.
When you say at night, these tankers,
I
what
see them.
time frames typically?
It's all night long, I mean.
Well, all
I'm not
night,
gonna
I
lie,
mean, what
I
is,
get home at 2 o'clock in the morning, I see them at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm coming up.
why wouldn't they just go down 93 onto
They come from
128?
New Hampshire, they all have New Hampshire plates on them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going down to Revere to,
Yeah, they're gonna get gas, they're gonna come right back through our neighborhood.
Revere
go
and
home.
Chelsea to fill their tanks, yeah. But why have they decided to cut through here?
They can't go over the Charlestown Bridge anymore, it traps.
No, I understand,
No, why
but
not
they,
just stay on 93 and go to 128?
yeah.
Instead of cutting through.
It's the thing, you have a neighborhood,
Yeah, I know.
it's a free for all. Yeah, it's just like,
Don't
trains
know.
go by constantly.
Oh, well, okay.
Half an hour, so
All right, I guess the board will expect some input through the town administrator from the chief as to what his resources, what he needs for resources, and to at least get that done. Yes, Mr.
What I'd like
Belkins?
to do is, it was an excellent suggestion made about a working committee, and I think it's vital at this point to make sure that any meetings that we have include the people that are here and representatives of the groups that are here, so that's the direction we're going.
How do we get the mitigation plan out to the residents so they can at least read it? Is it something they can just get online, or?
You put it on the website.
We'll put it on the website tomorrow.
On the town website, not the police website?
If the chief can put it on the police website, all the better.
That may be a bit more complicated than putting it in the town.
Forward it to me,
Our webmaster is-
forward it to me, and I'll put it on the Board of Selectmen section of the town website.
People want it, right? You do want it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you.
All right, so,
Make a suggestion to the board that, when you put the traffic mitigation plan on, you eliminate Haverhill, New and Chestnut Street and make it town-wide, so we don't end up with, other concerned residents coming in. That would be part of
Sure.
our action plan to make sure that our enforcement is fair and balanced.
we'll allow you to adjust the plan, send a PDF to the town administrator, and he will put it on the Board of Selectmen section of the town website. Everyone know the address of the town website?
Can I include the state police reports?
Yeah, we can do that, that's not an issue.
Thanks, chief.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Everyone.
I think you got our attention.
Yes.
And we'll do our best to find some form of resolution. Obviously, we have some restrictions as to what we can do and can't do.
Okay, you want?
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, I only need one page.
Mr. Bell,
Same, 3 pages.
why don't we take a minute or two to let the room clear?
You look good up here.